everybody. Welcome to another Weather Wednesday. Well, I hope we have all the technology glitches behind us now. I have recently gave a stern talking to our science on a sphere after last Wednesday's debacle. So I hope it cooperates today. I think it learned its lesson, and I hope that we are able to give you a good show today. We have a pretty full schedule for today. What I'd like to do is talk a little bit about what the weather has been doing around the United States here recently. I want to bring your attention to some weather events going on around the world today. If we have time, we can focus on a forecast for the United States and a very special event at the end of today's show. So, without further ado, let's begin with a little bit of Weather Wednesday, a little bit of what has happened around the United States. So let's take a look at clouds real time. So we are now updated from NOAA, and we have some real-time weather satellite data. That's awesome. Now this satellite comes from our GOES satellites, which are out in the geostationary belt, about 22,000 miles away from the surface of the Earth. It's able to look back at the Earth as one snapshot, so it can see the whole side of part of the Earth. And using that, we can see the clouds passing underneath those satellites. So over the last few days, and you notice that we are updated all the way up to today's date, May 20th, so that's very exciting that we have our tool fully capable and back online here. So what I notice going on here is I notice a little bit of a low pressure system. How do I know that? Because it's spinning left. If you've watched this show before, there are three main ingredients for weather formation. You need heat, you need humidity, and you need a pressure system. And low pressure systems spin left here in the northern hemisphere. So I can see there's a low pressure system that has been over the Midwest and east side for a while, and that is going to continue to bring a little bit of moisture to the east coast, so a bit of rain going through here. Also, previously, you see this little disturbance off of the coast of Florida. That was Tropical Storm Arthur, so the first named storm in the Atlantic Basin. Even though the hurricane season doesn't officially start until June 1st, we did get a named storm. This is not unprecedented, though. Over the last 6 years, we have had a named storm over the Atlantic Basin. And so what happened to Arthur right here is it brought quite a bit of rain to southern Florida, and then it kind of brought a little bit of rain moisture to the Carolinas, and then it kind of dissolved up into the east coast there and went away. Now we have this low pressure system which is wrapping in moisture to the east coast. So that's the major events that are going on around the United States. Next, we also see occasionally see these thunderstorms pop up. We had some thunderstorms pass through here in Colorado, and especially of us last night. And you can see those little puffy areas right there of thunderstorm development. There's another low pressure system, a little low pressure system over the west side of the United States that will slide across the Rockies, probably produce just a little bit of opportunity for some thunderstorms in the future, but we don't foresee too much storm activity going on. We'll see if we have more time to talk about that here in a little bit. But what I really want to bring your attention to is a serious event that's going on in India and Bangladesh right now. Over on the other side of the world, there is a hurricane that is going on. Now, because this hurricane is going on in the Indian Ocean, we call that a cyclone. And if it's a particularly strong cyclone, like it is right now, it's called a super cyclone. So there is a very strong cyclone that is headed, that is impacting the country of Bangladesh right now. And the reason this is so serious is because the Bay of Bengal, which is this area right here, so this is the whole bay, but up here, the Bay of Bengal, right up in here, it is perfect for, the storm surge from the hurricane to come right up on land and basically wipe out everything that's there. That area is very low-lying. That means that the land is very flat and very susceptible to flooding. The land underneath the ocean has a very gradual slope up, and so that's going to accentuate the storm surge that is coming up because of this cyclone. So you can see it developing right here. It's a pretty big storm, basically taking up the whole bay here. And as it moves up, it's directed straight at the Bay of Bengal, which is susceptible to flooding. So it's basically a situation just like we experienced with Hurricane Katrina in 2005. Why is this so serious? Well, the number one cause of deaths in hurricanes is actually due to the storm surge, due to the flooding in the storm surge. Now, why does that happen? Here's a little bit of information about the hurricane formation. We'll see if we can take a look at that here in a little bit. But I want to point out this image right here, which is a great image produced by the COMET program. If you are interested in learning more about meteorology, you can go to meted.com. That's where I like to go to learn a little bit about weather, is meted.com. And so in this image, you can see here is a hurricane right here. If the hurricane is moving in this direction towards the land, there's a number of things that will contribute to this storm surge. One obvious contributor is the pressure. Because this is such a low pressure system, it will lift up the water, so it'll cause that water level to rise. But that only contributes to about 5% of the storm surge. The largest portion of the storm surge is due to just the wind. So as this wind, this very strong wind, is blowing across the surface of the water, it causes the water to pile up. And that is the majority of the cause of the storm surge. So imagine this being just a wind-driven bulldozer pushing that wall of water towards the land. If the land has a gentle slope, if the seafloor has a gentle slope to it like that, like you would find in the Bay of Bengal, it actually accentuates or causes an amplification of that ridge of water. So pay close attention to this cyclone going on, the people being affected in Bengal right now. They are struggling because of also the coronavirus outbreak too. They have to evacuate, but they still have to evacuate safely. So a lot of humanitarian situation is going on right now. So we'll give you an update next week on how things are going. But if you feel so inclined to donate towards the relief of the Bengalese, you can search for several. There are several NGOs, several nonprofits that where you can donate to help out for the people there. So is what's going on around the world. That's one of the major storm events. I have some more information about tornadoes and how tornadoes form, since we didn't do a very good job of that last week. I think I'm going to hang on to that for episodes in the future, so stay tuned to see more episodes of that in the future. What I'd like to do right now, though, is I'd like to bring to your attention a special event that's happening here in Colorado Springs. As you know, because of the coronavirus, seniors around the Colorado Springs area and literally around the world, seniors have not had a good finish to their senior year. And so what is going to happen here in Colorado Springs is that tonight, on May 20th, we are going to recognize the seniors in the area by doing an event called Light Up the Night. And what's going to happen is at 8:20 tonight, which is 2020 military time, at 8:20 we are encouraging all people here in Colorado Springs to turn on a porch light or turn on some kind of special light for the seniors. And as you can see, why do we do that? It's because we can see Colorado Springs from space. This is the city, this is the Earth at night. So you can see all of the light that is being produced by cities, and we can see that from space. So here is the Denver, Colorado Springs area in the middle of the United States here. And here is a closer look of the Colorado Springs area. Here's Denver, Colorado Springs down here. And so what we want to do is we want to light up the Colorado Springs area in honor of the seniors this year. We want to say congratulations to the seniors. Well done. You guys put in a very strong effort for well over 3 years, and so we really want to celebrate you guys as seniors and to recognize you. So join us as we turn on a light for the seniors in the Colorado Springs area. So that is our show for today. We look forward to hearing your comments, your feedback. How clear is the sphere? How well is the lighting as we continue to tweak that? Sound is good? We want to hear from you. Also, topics for Weather Wednesday. If you have something that you are interested in, please let us know. And if you want to support us here at the Space Foundation Discovery Center, please go to our website. You can go to spacefoundation.org/donate and help us continue doing these Weather Wednesdays. Until next time, thank you for joining me, and a little shout out to Science on a Sphere for working again. We'll talk to you again next time. Thanks for watching.